Hey kids, Inverted Cow here. Welcome to Vintage Story Multiplayer. That's right, I've jumped onto the Rabbit Tech server. This one server particular is running the experimental or unstable version of the game. There's a few things to be aware of when playing it. Some things that are shown here will not be seen in the game until the next release comes out. So we're playing the basically the previews of what's coming up. So I'm going to jump back into the game here, and we're in the server. As you can see, first off, my character is different. That's right, one of the things that's coming up is the ability to have character modifications. I've taken scruffy hair and rugged, handsome, good looks, and I'm just literally playing as a commoner. No special abilities, no special traits. This is something that will be happening when you start a game, is you will actually get to pick a class or whatever. I was going to go with one of the other classes, but I changed my mind on that. So what I'm going to be doing here is bringing back, if you will, the Inn of the Wandering Cow. Basically, it's a place that's going to be set up right here, where I'm standing on my grand straw hidey hut. We have falling dirt in this one, so if you break a dirt block or update a dirt block, sometimes it will cause other ones to fall. So I have to build with straw. And my guy is about to start wincing that he's hungry again because I have no food. Ran out of food very quickly in this game. Spawn is literally just over there. Now, because I'm so close to spawn, it's going to mean that any resources, any natural resources, have been pretty much completely picked over. So I'm well aware of what that means. You'll have to excuse my guy grunting and moaning while I introduce you to this game. Yeah, where that little box is over top of my crosshairs, that's where spawn is. It's right there, and I'm building just to the east of it, right here. Bring in the map. Spawn is literally right there, or right here, I guess, just southeast of us. And I want to build the inn right in this valley between these two puddles, surrounded by these mountains. Mainly, I want to do that so that new players have a place that they can quickly get to without death, repeated death. Fairly easily. There is a box over there that you can put stuff in for people that are new, or if you're new, you can grab stuff from. I took a inventory crate out of there, and then I made a hand basket, or I made a knife, and then I went and I cut a whole whack of weeds, and I threw enough material back in to make two, or put a full one in and enough for a second one, I guess. So that's kind of my thinking with the game, is always try to put back what you take out. What I'm looking for is raccoons. I have lots of them around here. I'm probably going to end up starving to death before I get anything done. Oh, and I found a kapok sapling from one of these bushes over here. I'm not sure if I can plant that there and grow it or not. I don't recognize that sound. Come on. Wow, that's a cave. Ooh, I got slate rock again. Okay, so the two building materials I have in the area are slate and sandstone. Okay, lots of holes to go into. Perlite. Okay, I without a pickaxe I can't pick any of that stuff, but there's 3 rocks, 3 different color textures of rock that I can work with. Eventually I will be setting this thing up with farms and gardens and such and all the fun stuff I need to get by. 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5. Right on, I'll take those. Thank you. I want to keep these turnips in here, but I really need the food. Alright. And we're back. I have... Oh, geez, it's about a full day later, an actual real-life day, so, I mean, goodness knows how many in-game days. It is the 55th day of October at just after 9 in the morning. Basically, for the last little while, all I've been focused on is collecting resources and trying to get a functional garden working. I'm going to use the term functional garden fairly loosely. It's a garden. How functional is... yeah. Yeah. We'll just leave it at that. I also got myself a beehive going. I moved a few reeds up here, but they just haven't grown yet, which is annoying. And these are kapok trees. I got one sapling. It grew. They grow into very large trees. Like, they're very large. And they drop a lot of saplings when you smash them down. We also have on this server dirt physics. Dirt blocks fall. It's kind of annoying if you're trying to actually build anything out of dirt, because dirt falls. Yeah. So I have up here a single layer thick 2x3 charcoal pit going. It's not very large, but it's going. Yeah, something else I noticed is those kapok logs, they only give you 3 firewood, whereas oak and, or not oak, birch, maple, and pine give you 4, and I believe oak gives you like 6 or something. I'm not sure about that. I haven't chopped one up in a long time to double check. So yeah, those things, they're cheap, but they require a lot more logs to do its thing. I also found a peat, literally right behind my house, a peat bog. So that's cool. I'm going to have fuel for a little while. And I found some terra preta. Not very much, but a little bit. And when I actually expand the garden, we will be using the terra preta. So here's the plan for the inn of the inverted cow, or inn of the wandering cow. Ooh. Gimme. Thank you. Sorry about that. Food is critical in this game. You're constantly running out and starving. The falling dirt is the reason that most water sources have the broken flowing water around them. It's annoying, but yeah, it's just the way it is. You'll be hearing dirt blocks just randomly fall too sometimes. And if I go up on the trees, or on the hill, those trees are all floating. They're not actually touching anything. Okay, so back to the plan of the inn of the wandering cow here. I really wish the map would center on the player and stay centered on the player. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to carry this lake. As you saw, this lake here is a higher elevation than that lake there. It's also a higher elevation than the lake behind it. What I'm probably going to do is actually add water to that lake and form it into one. So that lake forms into this pool. And then I'm going to put a stream through here where this gravel is. I'm slowly removing this gravel. I'm going to make it a stream that turns into a bit of a water rapids or waterfall down here into this. Flow. That stream is going to go this way around, and I use the term loosely, around. It's actually, I'm going to put in water source blocks when I get a bucket, and I'm going to carry this around these two gardens so that there's a water block there. And this is raccoon proofing. That's all that is. Remember what I said about the falling dirt block? Yeah, there you go. Just all it takes is a block update, a mob to walk past one block, and then half the hillside falls in on you. I'll run these past both of these two garden spots and merge them back together over here, run them out this way around the side of this hill face, catch this waterfall in a single block over, and then run them both over here. I'll fill this hole in here. Run them both over here to where this little pond is, and have it so that those water sources form a little stream, or kind of a meandering stream, over to that pond. And then I'm going to put a road crossing that pond from the spawn road, from the main road. And I use the term road loosely. It's a single block path, but it is what people have made. And I'll bring that road in here, and then right on this flat section, I'm going to put in a sort of a livery stables. It's going to basically be a spot where you can come in, park up your horse, that kind of thing. Yes, I know horses aren't in the game, but it'll still be a livery stables. And then from the stables, it'll be, think like a parking lot kind of thing. I'm going to come up about 4 blocks off the ground, and I'm going to put a retaining wall in and have a staircase come up, and then here will be like a kind of a dining like a dining room, a tavern type thing. If I could get an NPC, I'd be all happy with it, but whatever. And it will have this little river flowing just in behind it. This is going to be down about 2 or 3 blocks, so it's not going to be full height. It's going to be down come out down here kind of thing, and then pour down this last little bit. And the inn itself, the inn proper, will come up off of that and stretch out just slightly and be on a couple, like it'll overhang slightly, and a couple of pillars will come up here so that the water flow is kind of underneath the back of the inn. I guess it'll be somewhere around here. The water flow will be just along the back side of the inn, and it'll be up just a second floor, and that will be the inn proper. And that's basically, it's just going to be a couple of essentially a couple of small dormitories, probably 3 or 4 bedrooms, that sort of thing. That will be basically the entirety of the inn proper itself. Of course, the palace of the cow here, in all of its grandeur. Okay, it's not smoking anymore. That's good. The palace of the cow, in all of its grandeur, will be removed once the inn is built, and this hillside will return to sort of a natural state. I'll just basically make it into a hill, and then I'm going to put a small cottage in kind of right. I might even put a small cottage right on that hill, I'm not sure, but put a small cottage in, and then I'll have the farm, these 2 farms. I'm going to have another farm back here, kind of back here, and I'm going to put in a chicken coop and a small pasture back here for the sheep. I might do the pasture actually on this hillside here. You know, kind of put a fence along the edge of this walkway, bring it over here, and maybe take out this hill. I'm not sure. You can't even trust the blocks you're jumping on. Come on. Don't collapse under me. Please. Please, please. Okay, I made it to the top. I might take out this hill here properly and just turn this whole area into kind of a pasture. I'll leave the slope on the hill slightly, but I will do is probably push some of this back a little bit and attract some sheep in here. I'm going to leave this area as a flat open plain. I don't see any reason to get crazy doing anything over here, but I mean, oh, there's a leg spike. That would be good for somebody else to do a future build. Maybe if the server's up long enough, somebody will build something in behind here. So that's kind of the plan. Now, as I said, I've gotten enough raw resources to start. As you saw, I was working on cooking charcoal because I finally got enough copper through panning to do one thing. Also, before I forget, yes, food. You constantly you don't. Oh, okay. I thought those, there's a vine plant here that gives you, oh, don't run, don't run. That gives you rope. I just have to figure out where I hit it. And as soon as I find it, I'll be right back. Okay. I forgot. The vines that I had for rope, were in a chest. I had a chest sitting here on this block, and it vanished. It just poof disappeared, and the inventory I had in it is gone. That's why I don't have those. So I just need to do this. Is it that? 3 rope and these, right? One rope, one stick, one metal scraps. Okay, this is a new recipe. Apparently, with the apparently with the new update coming out, this apparently should give you some random weapon. Okay, so now what do I do with this? Do I just right click it? Oh, cool beans. Oh, okay. You just right click and hold, and it makes that sound effect and gives you a now I understand it comes up with a random item every time, so you're not always going to get this little mace. Attack range 2 meters compared to a club. Attack range of 2 meters. Attack power of 1.5 hit points. This is 2 hit points. So this does a little bit more than the club. Has a little bit more durability. And that's about it. Yeah, okay. Still attack tier 0. So that's a new mechanic that's come into the game. Now I do have enough copper, as I said, from panning to do 1 ingot. So I've got to do is go get some clay and make an ingot mold for a pickaxe. I know 1 copper pickaxe isn't going to do me much, but should hopefully get started on some of this project. Yeah. I'm going to pause here. I don't know how long I've been recording because I let this run for about half an hour last night, and I don't know how much I am going to cut out of that or have cut out of that. Probably quite a lot. So I will pause here. You don't want to see me suffer and go through some more stuff, and I'll pick it up again after I have done a little bit more layout on the project. I've given you kind of a quick little rundown after I've got a little bit more done. So we'll pick it all up again shortly. Well, for you right away. Today is the 55th of October, and I believe there's 60. They were saying there's 65 days in a month. So we'll see how much difference I have in time. So don't go away, kids. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. As you can see by the edges of my screen, we're cold. That's right. We're currently slightly wet. But we're actually cold. Yeah, we're soaked. I just was soaked, and now I'm just slightly wet. You'll probably also notice that dairy is one of our new food groups. Yeah. You gotta milk sheep. We're not going to get into that anytime soon. But, yeah, we're cold. Temperature effects are now something that are that occur with your guy. In addition to the increased rate that he is hungry, you'll notice he's shivering. I'm not touching the mouse here. He's just moving around on his own. He's literally shivering. So we're going to fire this puppy up here and just get some heat on this poor guy. What we'll do is we'll just do a quick, hearty, hefty carrot stew. See, once you get the fire going, he's close to the torch, his body temperature is coming up again. The speed that he gets hungry should slow down as he warms up. And he's no longer wet, soaking wet. And I think eating warm foods makes a difference as well. It brought his body temperature up to 41 degrees just by eating that warm bowl of warm carrots. So a big bowl of warm carrots will warm you up nicely, and as you can see now, his satiety is not ticking down anywhere near as fast as it was. So there's some new changes to look forward to. Now, I have done, you'll notice a lot of terraforming out here. I've raised the level of the ground here just slightly, all through this area where it's all worked, and I've shaped a bit more of this hill. Still haven't been able to cut the retaining wall in here because of the dirt fall mechanic, but I'm getting there. I went out and I salvaged a ruin out in the bushes here, way over here someplace. Probably couldn't even see it now because when I salvage a ruin, I try to cover the ruin hole up a little bit, or fill it in at least with some of the dirt that's there, because I don't like it when people pillage a ruin and then tear the whole ruin down and then just leave a great big gaping hole. I also found 3 or 4 different types of material. I found some shale, andesite, and I think it was andesite. There was another one out there. Can't think of it off the top of my head. There's 3 or 4 different types of stone just in this one little area here, so it's going to be a good place to go mining for stones. And I found a bunch of blueberry bushes that I brought back and planted in around my beehives. I'd like to show you them, but unfortunately I seem to have the luck of the draw with this game. It's either dark or it's raining. Today is both. So yeah, just wanted to pick you up as to where we are and how things are going. Now, of course, it is the 59th day of October, so today is October 59th. We're coming up just up towards midnight. I made the copper pick just so that I could mine up some of the sandstone that's in the area. Unfortunately, I ran into this little problem here, and that where my riverbed is going in, it's all quartz. So I need bronze tools to move the material underneath where this riverbed is going in, because I want to take this all down a little bit and then I make it either dirt or the muddy gravel. This here, where it's just 3 straight up tiers like this, just boom, boom, boom. I want to cut this back and make it into a flat retaining wall. Go away, son, you bother me. And here's where I was saying I've taken it out. I shaped it around the hill a little bit here too. Kind kind of brought it in and then down. The problem is I've been building a lot of this by torchlight, so I've probably messed up a few things. Here's the river bed. This is, again, I'm going to have to dig this dirt out, and I want to replace this with some of the muddy gravel all through here and there. My concern is, of course, as soon as I put the go away. As soon as I put the water in around here, I might have to do is put some sort of an edge or something that the raccoons can't jump over. And I finally had a horsetail grow. I'm really hoping it spreads. This is the first horsetail that I've had growing in the area, and I really need more of them. I'm just hoping that no more mountainsides hit, so I'm just waiting to see if anything caves in on me here over in this area. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. Hopefully on the next episode we will make some progress on actual building, no more terraforming or running back and forth looking at the new things that are in the game. We'll get into some actual construction. Hope you're enjoying Vintage Story on the Rabbit. On the Thunder and Lightning server. Never stops. On the Rabbit Tech server, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Thanks all for watching, and good night for now.